again, everyone. Welcome to the BookNews Podcast in partnership with Kenya Publishers Association. My name is Virginia Thuku, and this afternoon we are here with Elijah Opondo Ochiel at the Nairobi International Book Fair. Welcome, Elijah.
Thank you, Virginia.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you are an author, a
Yes.
first-time author of The Crooked Society.
Yes.
Why did you write this book?
Thank you, Virginia.
Yes.
My motivation to write about the crooked society is because of the type of societies we have these days. I looked at the rot in our societies and I felt that I should come up with a book that gives deep insights as to how we can turn around the rot and then we end up with a near perfect society. Of course, we cannot have 100% perfect society because such societies are only found in heaven.
Yeah.
But here we can come up with something which is near perfect society.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. So what is your ideal society? What does it look like? It's an utopia of sorts?
You are right. The type of society I'm looking forward to is a society where values guides our operations. Because at the moment we are talking about a purely materialistic kind of society. A society that values wealth, money, power than the other way around.
Yeah.
In fact, if you look at the synopsis of this book, it is a tale of a wasted society, lacking God's guidance and leadership. A society teetering at the edge. Unless something is done quickly to salvage it, it will tip over the cliff.
Okay.
Thank you.
Wow.
Yes.
So that is the ideal.
Yes.
That's the ideal one.
Yes.
So why the title Crooked? Why not the misled or the not so ideal society? Why crooked?
Thank you, Virginia. I had to do a lot of research before I came up with the title.
Yes.
Because me personally, I'm also a victim of crookedness of our society.
Yeah.
So I was doing what is called soul searching to find out how did we end up with a crooked society? Are we the ingredients that baked the crooked society cake that we are eating today? So I felt that the word crooked sounds stronger than any other title I could have looked forward to. And in fact, if you go through that book, you'll realize that it has practical testimonies of how some people have suffered at the altar of crookedness, and then how some people also were able to persevere and cross over with success. So it is a demonstration that it is possible. Though we have a crooked society, but if you trust God, of course the backbone of this book is to lead people towards God by leading godly lives, because values not anchored in godly lives is not leading you anywhere.
Yeah.
So that is the reason why I decided that crookedness sounds more strong than wickedness. Initially I thought I could go for wickedness, but the crookedness was the key one.
Okay.
Thanks.
So this book, you are Kenyan.
Yes,
So
I'm
imagine this could be Kenyan, or does it go global?
The book is global.
Okay.
Because first of all, I didn't tell you, I think I was supposed to start with that.
Yes.
By training, I'm a graduate of leadership and management from Strathmore University. And apart from that, I'm also having a background in finance and accounting. So when I came up with this book, I was not just testing the waters. Of course, I'm not a writer.
Yes.
But I just decided to come up with something that at least could be a point of reference that we can salvage this kind of society.
Okay.
So this book mirrors quite a number of society the world over.
Yes.
Of course, if you look at it, you may think that it's talking about Kenya. But if you are in Nigeria, you may think it's talking about Nigeria, because I have a friend from Nigeria. When he read this book, he thought that, oh, you wrote about Nigeria. So which means at least each and every country has some kind of crookedness to a certain level. Though I find it more extreme in our African countries. And I say that with due respect and without prejudice to anyone. Thank you.
So this is your first book.
Yeah, this is my first book, yes.
It touches on a very hot topic, especially in our modern world right now.
Yes.
What prompted you to touch on such a very political, probably moral area as your first ever writing?
Thank you, Virginia. I think that's a very important question.
Yeah.
If you look at the book, it's like you know a lot about this book. I'm surprised. If you read the book, you'll find that the topics in the book, in fact, the first topic is church.
Okay.
Then followed by the society, then followed by marriage, then followed by employer, then followed by end times, the perilous days.
All right.
Then I've also talked about COVID-19 and its effects and how some people took advantage of that kind of disaster to line up their pockets with the money that was supposed to assist the people who are suffering from COVID-19.
Yeah.
Then I've ended the book with my own autobiography. What I went through from childhood to date and how you can turn around lemons to make lemonade.
Yes.
And I think this is a practical example that can help quite a number of readers.
Okay.
So if I would just pick only one topic, the church, I decided to analyze what is the role of the church. Should a society sink into crookedness if we have credible church leaders? Why were we having credible church leaders whose voices were heard even by the authorities in the 90s? And yet now we have church leaders who hardly speak against evil in our society, even if we are sinking into the abyss. So I decided to analyze, and then I found out that there is something wrong with our churches.
All right.
Though not all of them.
Yeah.
Yes, there is something wrong with our churches, and unless something is done, the church may not. In fact, I even posed a question there. Are our churches leading to Christ anymore? If something is not done, if there is no quick intervention, our churches may not lead to Christ. I'm sorry. Yeah, because the examples that we are setting as church leaders, of course, I am not a church leader, but I'm part of the church because church is not the building. If nothing is done about it, I'm telling you very soon, it will be out of grip and it will not be leading to Christ anymore. Thank you.
So your book highlights what is wrong with our society.
Yes.
Does it talk about what should be done then?
Yes. In fact, thank you so much for raising that. I've talked about our churches, marriage, why marriages are failing, for example.
Yeah.
Why are we? What considerations are we taking when we get into marriage? Are marriages anchored on love or other materialistic gains, which are perishable? Vanity of vanity. We call it vanity of vanity.
Okay.
So I have also documented and illustrated by giving examples. Some of the examples I've given out of my own personal life, like a personal testimony, that indeed, in each and every area I've mentioned a problem, I've also mentioned a solution of how to come out of it. So the answer is yes.
All right.
Thank you.
So who is your audience for the book? Are we looking at children, adults, everybody? Are we looking at leaders?
You are right, Virginia. The book targets the general society.
Okay.
It does not, because it does not have classified languages that have to limit a certain audience.
Yeah.
For example, the youth. I think you normally, when you watch TV, you normally see some programs require parental guidance.
Yes.
No,
yes.
This one, there is nothing that requires parental guidance because it's purely on values. So this book can be read by somebody young, somebody middle age, somebody old, or anybody else. As we speak right now, it is in the library of the University of Nairobi.
Okay.
So that tells you that the University of Nairobi, they have seen that this book can also be important to their lecturers and their students and their staff.
Okay.
Thank you.
Something that I noted someone wrote.
Yes.
Or was it you? Or was it your editor? Or this is a must-read book, and one wonders why you cannot test the waters as a motivational speaker, given the contents of this very inspiring book.
Yes.
Why are you not a motivational speaker?
Thank you. First of all, that was written by my editor.
Okay.
And of course, he posed a challenge to me that I'm working on.
Okay.
But, this is my first book.
Okay.
So which means I have to learn the ropes as time goes.
Okay.
So now I'm working on a second book, which I believe will be more powerful
All right.
than this one because experience is the best teacher.
Yeah.
But the answer is yes. If I can get the right forum, I have a lot of content that can be motivational to our students, to the youth, even the Gen Z, even the people my age, even the people the age of my parents. The answer is yes, if I can be able to get that kind of forum.
Yeah.
But sometimes getting the forum is the challenge.
Yes.
But unless now you guide me because you are well versed in this area than me. Yes.
This is the first step you've made, huh?
Yes.
It's a very good step you've made by just having this book out there. People are going to see that Mr. Elijah writes books, and the books are on this area, and we can get more information and more knowledge about how to go about societal problems. So we wish you the very best in your journey, in your journey in writing. You said you had mentioned you're not a writer, but you are. You're better than those ones who haven't had a book out there. Yeah. So is this your first time at the book fair?
No. I was here last year,
Okay.
and I thank God I also got an opportunity to be in the studio.
All
And I
right.
was also interviewed. So this is my second interview with your channel, and I hope everything will be fine.
Okay.
Yes.
So KPA is celebrating 25 years
Yes.
of publishing, of
Yes.
being in the arena and arranging the Nairobi International Book Fair. What have you seen as a difference from last year to this year?
Yeah, in fact, that question you've raised is very important because when I checked in, I noticed a number of changes compared to what was there last year.
Okay.
Number one, let me start with this studio.
Yeah.
It looks nice. It looks
Thank
better
you.
than yes. It looks better than last year. I'm
Okay.
not saying last year was bad, but it looks better than, which means there is value addition.
Okay.
And then I could see some stands, some stalls which were not there last year. Though I don't want to, I cannot remember some of the names of the
Yes.
companies.
Okay.
But the place looks better. Though I'm yet to go round, I think I've gone round 80%,
Okay.
but I'll go around 100%. But the answer is yes, it looks better than last year.
Okay.
Yes,
So we hope to have you here
Yes.
next year
yes.
to talk about the book you're working on. Yes? So we wish you all the best as
Thank-
you go about writing. We shall for sure read it. And where can we find your books?
Yes, thank you so much. Before I tell you where you can find the book,
Yes.
thank you so much for inspiring me to keep writing.
Okay.
Because I remember there is a saying that once a writer, forever a writer.
Yes.
Once an author, forever an
An
author.
author, yeah.
So there is kind of motivation that comes with having launched the first book. This book is available both in hard copy. Now I'm responding to your question in
Yes.
terms of where we can get the books.
Yes.
This book is available in hard copy and also in soft copy on online platforms.
Okay.
So let me start with online platforms. On online platforms, you can find it with e-Kitabu, and they are also having their stand here in
Okay.
this exhibition.
Yes.
You can also find it with nuriakenya.com. You can also find it with Kenya National Library, the digital platform.
Okay.
You can also find it with Amazon.Kindle. Amazon, I think you know Amazon.
Yes.
Yes, so those are the digital platforms where you can find the book.
Okay.
But in terms of the physical hard copies, because I've come to realize out of experience that quite a number of readers, as much as we have a segment of readers who would prefer to read books online, we still have a segment of readers,
Yes.
readers
Who
would want
prefers
to,
the book
to have
itself.
the physical
The
copy,
paper.
the hard copy.
The smell.
Yes, you're right. And you know what they say, you'll find it interesting,
Yeah.
that when they touch the book, they have a special attachment with the book.
Yes.
And majority of them have home libraries that they want to bequeath to their kids.
Yes.
Yeah, so there is no way they can have an online book because they say, how else will I now be able to share this with my kids, my grandkids, so that they can be able to know that a book like this was written by Elijah Opondo
Yes.
in the year 2022.
Yeah.
So hard copies you can get Keswick Bookshop in Nairobi.
Okay.
Keswick Bookshop in Nairobi. I'm just going to mention a few because there are many.
Go ahead.
One in Kisumu, Epic Bookshop in Kisumu. Epic Bookshop is opposite, Ogingadinga Street, opposite University of Nairobi Plaza in Kisumu. And then there is another one in Eldoret, Afri Reads Bookshop. Afri Reads Bookshop, Zion Mall, Uganda Road, Basement B. Those are the major bookshops stocking my books at the moment. We have others in Nakuru and Mombasa, but I think because of time, let me not give the entire list.
Yes, but now we know where to find them.
Yes.
And it is in very many platforms
Yes.
that our viewers access.
Yes.
Yes. So thank you very much. Now we can place the name to the face.
You are very right. And before I forget,
Yes.
I'm also available on Facebook
Okay.
and Instagram with the same name. I always don't use pseudonyms. I just use my real name,
The three of them.
Elijah Opondo Ochiel.
Okay.
So you'll find me with Elijah Opondo Ochiel on Facebook,
Yes.
Elijah Opondo Ochiel on Instagram. And in case you want to know more about the book, I don't know whether you want me to give my number also.
You
WhatsApp
can
number.
give your number.
Yes, I can give my WhatsApp number because I'm also on WhatsApp. 0733 998480. 0733 998480. And you use the Kenyan code. In case you are out of Kenya, use the Kenyan code.
Yes.
The prefix.
+254.
Yeah, +254.
Okay.
And I'm very grateful for you having given me this opportunity.
Thank you also.
Yes.
Thank you for coming and gracing us and telling us more about this book, The Crooked Society. Viewers and listeners, The Crooked Society by Mr. Elijah Ochiel. Welcome to reading the book and getting it from all the platforms that he has mentioned to us. Happy reading. Thank you so much, Mr. Elijah.
Thank you so much.
We appreciate.
Virginia, I'm very grateful.
Yes.
And may God bless you.
Bless you too.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Thank
Thanks
you.
a lot.
Yeah.